Hi traders, right, this is take two of this because I got interrupted with noise, but we're talking about a line chart here, this, and what led me to enter this trade at the point I did. And I don't talk about this enough. You know, I mentioned divergence on the M15 chart, excuse me, divergence there, and don't worry about this, it's just a penny riding on this or whatever now. And higher high, made a lower high, and all the other indicators agreed with it. Important to mention as well, because I didn't mention this on Twitter, that I don't enter on M15, I enter on M1 all the time, and M5. Everything has to tie in. That's why I talk about multi-time frame analysis all the time. All the 3CR stuff too. The recent Robinhood stuff I'm testing, but as you can see, this alert here, there's so much of this I can take off because I don't use, and just, you know, make the color 0 or whatever it is, none. And but I'm still in, you know, if I don't want to look at them, I don't need to look at them, just stick it down there. You know, they've all got alerts. Swingman did an amazing job with this, and obviously under the instructions of Robinhood. But back to this line chart. So I can zoom in a bit more, that's handy. Take the scroll off. And as you can see, at this point here, this green line represents my 30-minute line chart level. And we're a mess. You know, the candles are a mess on M15. The line charts aren't right. Go to M30 and H1, as I made in take one of this video mentioned. So I'll mention it in a moment, but I hadn't intended to. Now you can see the low of that low there that made the higher high. In other words, that's what I call valid support, is now higher up than the M15. And that is critical. I don't really focus on that enough, but line chart trading, you'll notice on my Twitter feed, people that follow me, that I do post a lot of line charts because they, you know, the reason being, and I have mentioned this before, and I know, you know, a dozen or 2 dozen or people that follow me will already know this, but they are the closes of the candle. It represents the one EMA, you know, like you have your 5s and 9s and 80s and all that lot. It's just a basic EMA, but it is the one EMA, so 1 minute period, and or depending on what time frame you are on, obviously the one period, I should say, EMA, and that's it. H1, it becomes even clearer, although the divergence isn't as clear because you know, we've zoomed in so much, but it's the same level on H1. And now how do I use it to enter? Right, as you can see, M15 is a mess, all of this, but the line that the M30 closed on and the H1 is higher. So at this point here, we have broken and closed through that level. And if we look at M5, broken it, retraced. There's a 3CR there too that failed to, you know, so I call the 3CR an exhaustion pattern because, you know, price will just break it, support level that is, push back until there are no more buyers. There's no power, it's exhausted. The buyers have been exhausted, and that's exactly what's happened here. Making lower lows, but the 3CR tells me all of that. But critically, when I break that higher time frame low, that obviously is a mess over here, as you can see, I am, you know, I'm talking about the lows here, they're not valid support because the valid support is the higher time frame. And we've closed, pulled back, and look what happens. Price does not look back. And then with all the other stuff that I do as well, and I don't make enough noise about it, as it were, don't highlight it enough. The timing, the time of the hour, the multi-time frame timing as well. I mean, the reason I'm making this video also is that my hit rate has gone through the roof again. Um, and something I don't mention enough, but I do mention it, is that when I find an indicator I like, it takes quite a while for it to sink in, and it'll come off of my charts and on and off and on and off. And this has got so many parameters to it. Again, to the guy that asked me questions about my indicators and can I give a template and can I show the indicators, it's all on my Twitter feed, guys, and it's all on my YouTube um, channel. So do the work. That's all there is to it, really. I'm not spoon feeding anyway. And apologies for that, but I've done 20 plus years of screen time, and I look at the screen 7 days a week, 365 days a year, not because I'm desperate or sad or anything like that. I absolutely love it. I was only thinking of this the other day, so I've digressed a bit. I was 4 miles away from home, and I was like virtually skipping back because I was so excited about all the new stuff that I'm testing and trying out and finding via Robin Hood's excellent thread on YouTube, on Forex Factory, the recent thread about these shy channels, and they are going to go on and off my charts again. But really and truthfully, this higher time frame line chart analysis and the breaks, look how that didn't look back, and the three CRs, it all ties in. So I know there's an absolute shitload of stuff that I go through all the time. Guys on Twitter that are really, really trying to get this stuff. This is a message for you. If you are really struggling with anything and you've been following me for God knows how many years, since COVID, whenever that was, 2020, 2021, something like that. We're now 2025, or 8, maybe even 9 years on YouTube. If you are still struggling with anything I do, DM me. And I thought about this the other day. I'm not into one-to-one mentoring and all that really, although I think I will get involved in that at some stage. But I can happily throw together responses to people, as long as there's not hundreds, which I doubt very much. I can put video responses and video replies. I used to do it on Twitter to YouTube years ago to questions asked of me. This is an answer. You will find them. They're on YouTube now, years later. So just DM me, ask me a question if you like, and if I don't get too many, then I will try to create video responses for you. So anyway, this stuff is blowing my mind because as I revisit old stuff, even the shy channels is probably 12 or 15 years ago I was looking at them. The Sonic indicator on and off my charts all the time. But really and truthfully, all I'm trying to do is find what is almost, I know the Holy Grail is a stupid saying, but almost a point and trade method for newer traders here. And I keep thinking I'm getting there more and more. This thing is so powerful. Actually, I've got this thing on 2 different charts. You can't get 2 different sets of time frames on one chart with it. But it occurred to me that if I put 2 charts on, so now I've got the daily, the H4 and the H1, and I can, ADA USD, untradeable. In fact, I should get rid of loads of these, but I like to see the correlation side of things. I told you it's going to be a bit of a rambling video, as always. If we've got the higher time frames all saying sell, 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 and then we, correlate that with the lower time frames, what's not to love about it, really? So everything is a work in progress with me. Weekends are crypto study time, but it's all works the same. All charts work the same. We never stop learning. So, line charts. That is a 30-minute low. which, with the scroll taken off, you can see it kills all that mess, all that lower time frame mess, because it all just disappears. And we could go to a 30-minute candlestick and you'll see the low there. So put the scroll back on and zoom in again. And that's your 30-minute low I'm looking at, really, because it corresponds with the line chart. And you can see all that rubbish is just wicks below the level. So anyway, apologies for the ramble, apologies for the slight rant, but I just want to share the love. Something that was said in that Shy Channel thread on Forex Factory, that confidence is what trading is all about. You've got to develop your own methods. You've got to develop your own understanding of indicators. I've developed my set of indicators over the years using the 3CR and the 2B reversal chart patterns to find the best indicators that match up with those. But all indicators will work as long as they're not repainting. Just a simple MACD or a snazzed up MACD or stochastic, or I happen to love the oscillators, the red green basically. It's like a traffic light for me. If it ain't all red rather, I don't really want to get involved. Obviously this time frame is the wrong one to enter the trade, but I want as many reasons off the chart, if you like. I've got my on chart reasons. Like I said, that line chart low that was broken, or the line chart low on the 30-minute is more important than line chart lows on the 15 and so on. Excuse me. I've done my chart analysis. Now all I need is the indicators to agree. Anyway, I think I might have an interruption again, so I'm going to call this a day. Hopefully it has some value for you. And all I want is you to be making money with absolute confidence, and that's what I've got when I hit my trades. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.